Om Shri Sai Ram, offering my most reverential pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet. Respected Vice Chancellor, Director of the campus, Dean of Academic Affairs, esteemed HODs and AHODs, faculty members, students, their dedicated teachers and guardians, and my dear brothers and sisters, a loving Sai Ram to each and every one of you. I welcome everyone to the valedictory ceremony of our National Science Day celebrations here at Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. For the first part of this segment, we have introductory remarks by Dr. Vamsi, the convener of NST 2024 celebrations. Dr. Vamsi is an esteemed alumnus of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. Beginning his academic journey with us in 2000 as an undergraduate, Dr. Vamsi's pursuit of knowledge led him through the ranks of Masters, MPhil, and ultimately a PhD in mathematics. Presently, he serves as an associate professor at the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science, where his contributions inspire students and peers alike. Dr. Vamsi is also the esteemed coordinator of the recently established Center for Excellence in Mathematical Biology at SSSIHL. His accolades include 2 prestigious Young Scientist Awards, a testament to his contribution to the field of mathematics. He has over 50 international publications and has presented his research work at numerous national and international presentations. Furthermore, his engagement as a resource person in faculty development programs and his leadership in organizing national and international conferences and workshops highlight his commitment to academic and professional development. Over to Dr. Vamsi.
With humility and love, I offer myself at Swami's lotus feet. Respected Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor B. Raghavendra Prasad, Director of the Prashant Nilan Campus, Dr. R. Raghunatha Sarma, Dean of Academic Affairs, Professor R. Gauri Shankar Ramdurai, heads and associate heads of the various science departments of SSSIHL, faculty, staff, and research scholars of PSN campus, SSSIHL, respected teachers, guardians, parents from various schools who have come across India, dear participants of National Science Day 2024, and dear student brothers and sisters, on behalf of the organizing committee for the National Science Day 2024, I once again cordially welcome you all for the celebrations and the valedictory ceremony. So here I stand today to give a brief overview, or rather a bird's eye view of the SSSIHL NSD celebrations that has been happening over the year and the journey that we have made in the current year. So it all started maybe around 5 years back when we had the idea of celebrating the National Science Day. So as a first attempt, we had talks from the faculty and maybe few from the eminent scientists who have established themselves in the field of science and research. And also we had poster competition. Those of you who have visited our campus, there are very good lawns in front of Humanities building. So we had kind of this binding wires tied and we had the poster competition. That was the very first beginning of the National Science Day celebration at SSSIHL. Then 2020, just before the pandemic. So the pandemic happened in March 2020. So our celebrations happened in a very grand scale in the, on the February 28th of 2020. So we have had a good science exhibition of around 10 schools participating across the neighborhood of Puttaparthi. And also we had a quiz competition, not this kind of quiz competition what we had today, but a simpler smaller version of the science quiz competition, and also we had poster competition for the students. So this is a paper advertisement from the local newspaper Keynote, most of you know. This is the celebration that has happened on the National Science Day 2020. Then, of course, owing to the pandemic, 21 and 22, we could not have an in-person or physical Science Day celebrations, but still our enthusiasm did not die. So we had a virtual celebrations where the introductory remarks and the plenary lecture was given by the Vice Chancellor and eminent scientists. And we continued the spirit of science and celebrated the National Science Day virtually in the year 21 and 22. And 2023, last year, is the time where we really thought big and more or less we could kind of execute it in the fashion. So we were supported, or we were in collaboration with SSSIHL organization, Dr. K.V. Rao Scientific Society, and of course, Sri Sathya Institute of Higher Learning. So we had a painting competition, essay competition, and science quiz organized across India. There were preliminary virtual rounds, and of course, the same time in the last year, we had the finals happening on this date, February 28th. And also we had a poster competition for the PG Science students. So as you would have seen in the morning, the professional quiz master, Mr. Venkatesh Srinivasan, he is the CEO of Nexus Consulting, and he is a very well-known quiz master across India. So he conducted the mega quiz finals in our auditorium, in the same place where you're sitting now. So here is the few pictures of the last year's National Science Day. You can see the managing trustee, sir, and of course our vice chancellor and the institute administration there in these pictures. So we have conducted the finals on February 20th itself for the essay painting and the modeling exhibition. So this year, taking inspiration from the last year, we have collaborated with Sri Sathya Higher Secondary School. So right now I can see both the boys and the girls wing. We have collaborated with them, and of course Srimati Eswaramma High School also were one of our collaborators, and Sri Sathya Vidya Vahini. So this year, Sri Sathya Institute of Higher Learning, along with its Institute Innovation Council, we took the inspiration from the last year and carried on the journey. So this year also, taking inspiration from the last time, we have organized essay painting and science quiz. So the prelims were conducted, all the prelims were conducted virtually. So, and also for our students, for our SSSIHL students, for the UG students, we proposed a modeling competition. For the PG students, we proposed a hackathon competition as well as the poster competition, science poster competition. So here is the timeline of events that have happened during this academic year. So on December 16th, we had the mega science exhibition here. Most of you would have taken part in the science exhibition. Then we had the prelims for the science quiz hosted virtually by the Venkatesh Srinivasan. That was on the Zoom using the Kahoot platform. So that was on December 29th. Then yesterday you would have seen, most of you would have participated also in that essay painting. Some of you, the finalists, would have participated in the essay and painting and the quiz eliminator round. So the semi-finals, of course, yesterday the quiz eliminator round happened, and the mega finals happened today morning. You would have seen how the way the finals has happened. There was a lot of uproar between when the quiz was happening. Right, so just a brief statistics of the number of entries that we have got for this year. So for the essay and painting competitions, we had around 250 entries across India. For the quiz prelims, we had around 150 teams participating, which means around 300 people in each team. And also for the science exhibition, we had around 200 exhibits. Maybe it's a little more. When I was typing, I thought 200, but when I checked back, when I was coming, I was just checking the statistics again. It was maybe around 250 exhibits. So I stand corrected. Then this is an image of the science exhibition that has happened on December 6th, I think so. So this in the Institute lawns, we had this science exhibition. So this is a brief schedule of the events that has happened yesterday and today. So we had the finals and the quiz eliminator yesterday. And today morning, we had the research musings, different, as you know, different science faculty from the science departments of SSSIHL, PSN campus presented the research work happening at their departments, followed by the mega science quiz finals. And here we are with the valedictory ceremony. So that's the schedule. So with this brief introductory remarks, I once again welcome you all, and also thank you for your enthusiastic participation for the National Science Day 2024. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you very much, sir. Moving on, we are honored to have a talk by the respected Vice Chancellor of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Professor B. Raghavendra Prasad. An esteemed alumnus of SSSIHL, Professor Prasad has significantly contributed to the field of astrophysics and space science, notably at the Indian Institute of Science and the Indian Institute of Astrophysics. Professor Prasad's expertise is recognized as the principal investigator of the visible emission line coronagraph for India's Aditya L1 spacecraft. Beyond his scientific endeavors, he is deeply involved in sustainable energy and environmental initiatives. Please join me in welcoming Professor Prasad, whose work exemplifies the spirit of innovation and dedication we celebrate today.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most prayerful salutations at the lotus feet of our revered founder chancellor, Bhagavan Shri Sai Baba, director of the campus, Professor Raghunath Sharma, Dean of Academic Affairs, Professor Gauri Shankar, and of course, the ever-energetic, the coordinator of this program, organizer Dr. Vamshi, and all my faculty colleagues of Science of Higher Learning and teachers and parents of all the participating schools, and my dearest students. In fact, if I recall the National Science Day celebration, the very first National Science Day celebration which I participated, attended, it was sometime in 1975. That was in Swami's College at Brindavan. That's when all the science departments over there, I'm sure many of you would have seen that famous science block, the U-shaped building over there. They had set up several very interesting experiments, and all the school children were invited to, it was more of an exhibition come talking about scientific concepts to students. And it was very, that I had a very great impression of that as a small boy, maybe a, student about 5th or 6th standard. I started realizing that how important it is, to have these science days. And thereafter, we celebrated again and again in a more informal way. And somewhere or other it became very formal. Even at Institute of Science also we used to have several, celebrations to commemorate National Science Day. Basically, it is to celebrate the achievements of Indian science. Okay, it's more of celebrating the achievement of Indian science and recalling the contributions of the great men and women of Indian science. Even though the day is significant because this is the day where Professor C.V. Raman was awarded Nobel Prize for the famous light scattering experiment, what is called Raman scattering, which gave a lot of insights into the structure of our own very existence in terms of the chemical compositions and molecular structures and various things. Every one of them have their own signatures. So for that, Professor C.V. Raman did receive a Nobel Prize. And I also remember way back in 1990, it was in Calcutta, there was what is called Raman Centenary Celebrations. And our own former Vice Chancellor, and of course my research supervisor, Professor P.S. Narayanan, receiving Raman gold medals. So somewhere or other, when I heard that Professor Venkatraman became Vice Chancellor over here, and of course I had my own professor who was C.V. Raman's last student, it was a very inspiring moment for all of us as students. Somewhere or other you connect, like you are connected in that. It's good to feel that, our own Vice Chancellor was Professor C.V. Raman's student. He received the gold medal. And my own thesis supervisor also received a gold medal. We felt very nice. At least some of the alumni who were there, who were participating in that, conference, And I think the then Prime Minister of India, Shri Rajiv Gandhi, was the chief guest. So we have gone quite a distance on all these celebrations every year, year after year, in trying to recall our own scientific achievements. And of course, we have moved on quite a bit. I'm sure all of you are quite aware of what is the achievement of Indian science and Indian scientists, okay, several decades. Even at Indian Institute of Science or any of these premier research institutes, this day is celebrated in a very grandiose manner. So the idea is to nurture scientific temper among the students and particularly the young children, school children, so that you develop. There are about 5-6 points which I would like to touch upon today. Why this day, what this day recalls, what this day signifies for all of us here. I mean, there's no exception here. See, the science is a universal thing. What is science after all? Science is after all nothing but a logic based on the known laws of nature. Okay, that's what science is all about. How do you fit what we observe into the known laws of nature, or try to find the reasons behind what we don't understand, and how we can try to explain them in a sort of continuous and coherent manner so that it satisfies the general curiosity. So typically this is what science is all about. There's no greater definition than that. Basically to nurture curiosity and inquisitiveness and a sense of inquiry amongst everybody and try to fit everything in some kind of logic which is consistent. Now, why is it the curiosity is a very important word over here? Is the curiosity, we all know that because of curiosity, the innovation is possible. If you don't have curiosity, there's no research, there's no innovation, right? So every one of us should have that inbuilt curiosity in trying to understand and trying to find little more. That's what curiosity is all about. And again, how do we nurture this curiosity? Nurturing this curiosity is to celebrate the achievements by our own great men and women of science. Science could be of different domains. It's biosciences, physics, chemistry, interdisciplinary sciences, various things. There are several achievers over there. So when we recall their achievements, it sort of inspires us. And also we develop more and more curiosity in trying to understand what they have done. So this curiosity helps us in furthering the scientific knowledge and also furthering the innovations itself. What is the other significance of this? There are quite a few significance which we need to recall on this day. The other one is what? Promotion of scientific temper. See, typically what happens is that most of the human beings, we try to accept things without trying to reason out anything. I think that's a very, very dangerous trend because these are what is called dogmas. We don't want to, try to understand, analyze before we accept anything. So this is the day where we say that you promote that so-called scientific temper. Promoting scientific temper is nothing but, again, trying to find reasons, okay, the justifiable reasons and trying to understand things. And of course, particularly for children, what is science for children? Children should have hands-on experience. Unless you play around with experiments in the lab, there's no way you can develop that kind of curiosity. So this is a day where we try to encourage every student, every child to set up something which is innovative, something to prove some laws of nature, to show some demonstration of some good things which is consistent. So the idea is to give everybody a very hands-on experience. So that's another, if you see in most of the science day celebrations, it's all centered around hands-on experiences, okay? You play around, you work on things and try to understand the basic concepts, trying to find a consistency in logic. So these are the things actually. Now, we all know we are very happy with the growth of science and we see that technology has developed. There are a lot of things that are developed. Our lifestyles have become much more comfortable. We have, a very good transport system. We have very good communication system. We have a lot of things. Now, but what is the flip side of all these things? what are the contemporary issues because of this uncontrolled greed or growth? What is it? Can anybody tell me what is the contemporary issues which are really plaguing the world now, which requires an immediate scientific attention? Absolutely. Absolutely. See, these are because of science, now we have hit a point where the very existence of species has come to, at a very dangerous level. So our own existence, I mean, we have had pandemics, we have had several things. I know, the extreme climatic changes. Now, again, somewhere or other, we could not draw the lines between necessity and greediness. So now, again, we are turning back to science only as how to mitigate these very impending disasters, which are actually looking into our face right now. Because I'm sure several of us have not forgotten the impact of COVID, right? It's been such a disastrous effect. And now if you see the global warming, the way it is heating up, the extreme weather changes, you find that, for example, we have from my earlier institute, we have an observatory at Himalayas in a place called Hanle in Ladakh. And by and large, by November end or mid-December, nobody can go there. In the sense, thick snow will be there always, heavy snowfall and things like that. Now, this year, if you see, the first snowfall was somewhere in mid-February. So there's almost about 2 months shift in, starting of winter, deep winter over there. So it's a very clear indicator that, we are getting into a zone where it may become irreversible if we do not find enough scientific, approach to mitigate this disaster. So that's where the science again comes in over there. We need to find out sustainable energy, sustainable techniques, sustainable food mechanism, food chains. So there's a lot of now emphasis on this sustainability. So if you see that even our own institute also, we are going in a very big way on sustainable development in everything. So this is again what is science is behind that. Today is the day to celebrate those also, to bring in sustainability in everything. If you see that, SSSIHL, Trust has recently announced that we should go green, zero waste by the coming Guru Purnima. What is the significance of this going zero waste? Again, the concept of recycling and reuse, so that we don't exploit the nature itself. But these are the ideas, and how do you recycle? I think there are some amount of innovations have to come in, where several people have to get together and how to come out with very innovative ideas. This is again nothing but science. The other important point which all of us should remember is the concept of diversity. Now, what is this diversity? Anybody's guess? Why do we need diversity? What do we mean by diversity over here? Diversity and also what is called inclusivity. See, we have several indigenous technologies, right? Indigenous technologies based on the regional requirements. Traditionally, there are several traditional, approaches. I mean, our forefathers have lived very happily, much more happier than us. And if you go to the rural side, if you go to the remote places, they all have very wonderful indigenous technologies. And they do not really spell disaster, because those technologies were developed based on the requirement of sustainability and with a deep sense of respect for nature itself. So this is where we want all the diverse cultures to come on one stage, one platform. This is what is called, getting them together is nothing but inclusivity, and which is beyond biases of region or religion or even gender. So this is where, we want every one of our young student over here to look at these global issues in a very, very serious way and look at how science and technology can support us to make sure that our own future is safe. So these are all the points which we actually should recall when we celebrate National Science Day. So with this, I'm sure you have had great, wonderful days with all our faculties and teachers being part of that. And I urge every youngster over here to develop that scientific temper and curiosity. I'm sure you have heard of a lot of Indian technologies in space or medicine or any of these things. I personally feel very happy because I was also part of certain developments. And let me assure you, once you know that something what you did is giving its fruits, yielding its results, expected results, the amount of satisfaction that it gives you is very, very deep. But again, you need to really work hard in a very committed and dedicated manner. There is no substitute for hard work. Intelligence is not a substitute for hard work. Intelligence is required, but the hard work is the one which is most important over here. So I urge all the youngsters over here, the students, school children, and our own students of SSSIHL, to develop that, the curiosity and inquisitiveness, and first and foremost, the culture of hard work and dedication. Sai Ram. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Shri Ammu Abhishek to kindly take over the proceedings to announce the names of prize winners. And I request VC sir to kindly stay back to give away the prizes.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Firstly, I would like to call the winners of the science quiz competition, Kuppam Sai Dikshita and Rishika from class 9, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School Girls Wing. Now I call upon the first runner-up, Arnesh Baumik and Pragun Gupta from class 11, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School, Boys Wing. Now I call the second runner-up, S. Yakshita and Vidya Umesh from class 8, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School, Girls Wing. Now I call the winners of the science modeling competition, Samvida, 9th class, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School, Girls Wing, on the topic Stealth Technology. Our second winner for the science modeling competition is Sarverjit, Harish and Ayush from class 11, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School, on the topic Tesla coil. Our third winners is Ms. Jahnavi from class 9, Srimati Eswaramma High School, on the topic cymatics. Now I call the winner of essay writing competition in the first category, that is between class 8 to 10, S. Shubhakhani from class 9, Sri Sathya Sai Bala Gurukulam Matriculation School. The first runner-up, Rishika Sai Jyoti from class 9, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School, Girls Wing. The second runner-up, V. Nishevita, class 9, Mahatma Montessori Matriculation Higher Secondary School. The winner of essay writing competition in the second category is Krishna Vinayak, class 11, Mahatma Montessori Matriculation Higher Secondary School. The first runner-up, Tanisha Srirangam, Class 11, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School. Second runner-up, C. Amrita Sai, Class 11, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School. Now the winners of the painting competition, Darshini B, Class 8 from CS Academy, Coimbatore. First runner-up, Bhavika, Class 9, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School. Second runner-up, B. Julia Nissi, Class 9, AMM School. The winner of painting competition in category 2 is Sai Sarvajit Ravikiran, Class 11, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School. First runner-up, R. Sri Harini, Class 11, Mahatma Montessori Matriculation Higher Secondary School. Second runner-up, J. Sai Lakshmi, Class 11, Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School, Girls Wing. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Dr. R. Raghunath Sharma, sir, the Director of PSN Campus, to come and give away few more awards in other competitions. So I'd like to invite the winners of poster competitions from the Department of Chemistry. The first prize and the winner is by Akshay Sai SM and Ashish Deep Chetri.
यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरा तत्र श्रीविजयो भूति ध्रुवानेति मतिर्मम.
First runner-up, Norsang Tamang from the Department of Chemistry. Second runner-up, Achut BS and R. Jagdish from the Department of Chemistry. The winner for poster competition from the Department of Physics is Mr. Ujjwal Chetri for MSc.
यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णो.
And the first runner-up from MSc is Om Singh from the Department of Physics. Second runner-up, Rajkumar Taku from the Department of Physics. From MTech OEC, the winner is Akhil from the Department of Physics. And the first runner-up is Shubhankanta Sahu. And the hackathon winners for UG are Narsimhamutri from 2nd BSc MCS, and the second winner is Sumant Konduri from 1st BSc MCS. Thank you so much, sir. And I congratulate all the winners and all the runner-up, and hope we look forward to see you in many more National Science Days down the lane. And I hand over the session to Brother Ritvik. Thank you.
I hereby request the convener of this year's National Science Day celebrations, Dr. Vamsi, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks. Following that, I request Shri Ammu Abhishek to perform the Mangal Aarti to our beloved Bhagwan and mark the end of NST 2024 celebrations, post which refreshments will be served behind the auditorium. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering our collective pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan Sri Sathya Baba Varu, respected dignitaries and dear participants, good afternoon to all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First and foremost, we thank the SSSIHL administration, respected Chancellor Sri K. Chakravarti Garu, Vice Chancellor Professor B. Raghavendra Prasad, the Registrar Dr. Shrikant Khanna, the Finance Officer M. Lakshmi Nasaya, Director of the PSN Campus Dr. R. Raghunath Sharma, and the Director's Office for their immense support for successful conduct of NSD 2024. We thank our collaborators, the Sri Sathya Vidya Vahini team, Sri Sathya Higher Secondary School, both the boys and girls wing, Srimati Eswaramma High School, for helping us to reach out to schools across India regarding this event, and also in helping us both in terms of conduct and evaluation for the various competitions being held as part of NSD 2024. We thank our quizmaster, Mr. Venkatesh Srinivasan, and his team from Nexus Consulting, Bangalore, for preparing a challenging quiz and its successful execution. We thank all the finalists, participants, teachers and guardians of all the schools that participated in NSD 2024. They have traveled from different parts of the country and are here today for taking part in NSD 2024 celebrations. We are grateful to Sri Sathya Central Trust and the trustees for their constant support and the encouragement for this event. Our thanks to the heads of various science departments, associate heads, the faculty, the research scholars, the PG and UG science students for their valuable contribution, guidance, and being audience to this event. We owe special gratitude to the stage decoration team, the audio-visual department, the maintenance department, the refreshment department for their painstaking efforts for getting the auditorium ready for this grand occasion, and also giving the necessary help for science exhibition and for conduct of other competitions. We thank especially the members of the multimedia department for their exclusive coverage of this event. We also thank all the distinguished invitees present here accepting our invitation. Gratitude to my family and well-wishers for their cooperation in making this function a resounding success. Finally, we offer our collective praise and heartfelt gratitude to our founder chancellor, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Baba, for showering his choicest blessings and his infinite grace for making this event happen a grand success. We dedicate this NSG 2024 to that infinite inspiration. Thank you all. Jai Sai Ram.
त्रिगुणितभुवने व्याप्तं दैवम् स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतीका आश्रित कल्पलतीका आपद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता गुरुदैवमु मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्राशयन ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी ओ साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगलारती अंबिको मंगलारती अंबिको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा ओम शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।